Thank you for tuning in to V News. You're watching the bulletins. Coming up next, we have your top stories. Prime Minister approves National Action Programme on Gender Equality. Vietnam needs to increase labour productivity. Foreign tourist numbers start to recover following a 13-month decline. The Prime Minister has approved a National Action Programme on Gender Equality in the 2016 to 2020 period, which focuses on spreading various forms of awareness-raising campaigns across the board.
Gender equality will be promoted at schools, businesses and industrial parks. Men and boys are encouraged to take part in communication campaigns to eliminate gender imparity. Besides, the Action Month for promoting gender equality and preventing gender-based violence is carried out annually from November 15 to December 15, with focus on building themes and messages and honoring active individuals and organizations. The program is also to enhance the capacity of elected female officials, National Assembly female deputies, and female leaders from central grassroots levels in order to suggest policies related to the training, planning, and appointment of female officials. Ministries, sectors, localities, and organizations are encouraged to build models to increase women's engagement and promote gender equality in the areas at risk of gender inequality.
About 400 Khmer people in the Mekong Delta province of Chà Vinh attended a get-together on October 10th to celebrate their traditional Sen Btta festival, one of their largest festivals in a year. At the event, many Khmer dignitaries pledged to continue encouraging Khmer people to promote solidarity and work hard to boost the local development. On the occasion, the province presented gifts worth over 400 million Vietnam dong to poor Khmer people. According to the Provincial Committee for Ethnic Affairs, over the past years, the local government has implemented numerous programs to help Khmer people develop production and improve their spiritual and material life. Thanks to these efforts, the poverty rate among Khmer ethnic minorities dropped by 4%. Sen Btta is one of the important annual festivals of the Khmer community in the southwest region. It is held from the 30th day of the 8th lunar month to the 2nd day of the 9th lunar month each year, which falls on October 12 to 14 this year, during which Khmer people pay tribute to their ancestors and take part in community celebration activities with traditional songs and dance after a hard-working year. The Ministry of Planning and Investment estimates that, in terms of labor productivity, it would take at least 20 years for Vietnam to catch up with the Philippines and another 30 years to be on par with Thailand. More details coming up next. Vietnam's supporting industry has operated for many years, yet due to limited capital resources, any changes in technological processes in the field have been riddled with challenges. As a result, the majority of technologies purchased by investors are outdated, severely limiting productivity and, more importantly, appearing unattractive to high-end customers. Our investments in technology are still very limited compared to our demand, as we are lacking both funding and support policies. The insufficient investment and technological upgrades are just some of the reasons why most Vietnamese businesses are struggling with increasing their labor productivity. According to the report, Vietnam's Labor Productivity, Reality and Solutions, published by the Ministry of Planning and Investment, Vietnam's labor productivity in 2014 reached 74.7 million Vietnam dong, approximately $3,300, according to the ruling price. Despite the modest 4.9% increase compared to 2013, this latest statistics still indicate that Vietnam is lagging behind its neighboring states. In 2013, Vietnam's labor productivity was 18 times lower than Singapore, 6.6 times lower than Malaysia, and 2.7 times lower than Thailand. This is a critical condition for Vietnam because labor productivity is not calculated by a single individual but throughout multiple industries. This is also directly linked with the lack of technology, skills and governance. Vietnam's labor productivity, or its competitive capacity, in other words, is still low. It will severely impact our business's sustainability. According to management consulting firm McKinsey & Company, from 2005 to 2010, the spike in labor force and the migration from the agriculture sector contributed to 2/3 of Vietnam's growth, and the remaining 1/3 came from labor productivity improvement. Vietnam still faces a number of limitations. GDP-wise, it takes 28 Vietnamese to make up 1 unit of GDP, whereas it only takes 1 Singaporean to make up 1 unit of GDP. We need to improve our macroeconomy, assisting businesses while urging them to focus on improving technology and governance. According to the International Labour Organization, there are 2 important solutions to this issue. The first is to boost the effectiveness of the industrial sector by applying new technologies, upgrading infrastructure, and investing in personnel training. The second solution could result in higher labor productivity, which is to transition into fields with higher added value. In the long run, Vietnam will need to map out a strategy to move from agriculture and low-level services to manufacturing and high-level services. The organization said in order to achieve this, the government will need to improve infrastructure and education systems, while businesses need to learn to invest and capture opportunities. On this day, 61 years ago, Hanoi was liberated. This was a glorious milestone marking a new period in the country's history, opening a new era of freedom and happiness. Today, a wide range of activities, including music performances, are being held across the city to celebrate the 61st anniversary of Hanoi Liberation Day.
Some 30 art performances will be held across Hanoi to herald 61 years of the capital's Liberation Day. Art troops from the city and vicinities are expected to bring an exciting atmosphere for the city dwellers through music and circus shows, including folk singing such as Chiao, traditional opera, Tuồng, classical drama, Cải Lương, reform theatre, and Quan Họ love duet. Organized by the Municipal Department of Culture and Sports, the program is to praise the party and the late President Ho Chi Minh, as well as the love for the 1,000-year-old capital city.
VietFest 2015, a Vietnamese heritage festival, took place in Canberra, Australia, giving visitors a kaleidoscope of Vietnam's culture. A traditional and modern Vietnam was reflected in the rhythms of folk music and games, a display of handicrafts, traditional customs, and pictures of the country and people. A store showcasing Vietnam's traditional food also attracted the crowds. Proceeds will be donated to the club for beloved Hoàng Sa Trường Sa and a scholarship fund in support of Coast Guards, fishermen, and poor students. The event is meant to introduce Vietnam, its culture, and people to international friends. It was co-hosted by the Vietnamese Youth and Students Association in Canberra and the Vietnam Students Association at Australian National University. The number of foreign tourists visiting Vietnam has grown over the last 3 months following a 13-month decline due to disease, unstable economies, and fierce regional competition.
During a press conference held on October 9th to review the results of the past few months' tourism improvement strategies, Nguyễn Văn Tuấn, Director General of the Vietnam National Administration of Tourism, said he was optimistic the country's tourism sector would recover. From now until the end of this year, Vietnam will try its best to promote its tourism marketing campaign and hold tourism fairs abroad to welcome at least the same number of tourists as last year, 7.8 million. In the first half of this year, the number of foreign tourists to the country decreased 12% compared with last year. But in July, August and September, the number of foreign tourists coming to Vietnam increased. In September, international visitors to the country reached 626,000, an 8.3% increase over last year. About 5.7 million tourists came to Vietnam during the first 9 months of the year, marking a decrease of 5.9% on the year. Along with an increase in the number of domestic travelers, the country earned $12 billion from tourism, an increase of 2.8% on the year. Vietnam started scrapping visas for visitors from 6 more European countries, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, England, and Belarus in July, aiming to draw in more tourists. To attract more Westerner tourists, Tuấn said he would ask the government to extend the amount of time the tourists with visa exemptions could stay. According to the current rules, the visa exemption granted to those countries allows visitors 115-day stay per year. Moreover, within the next 3 months, the country will promote its e-marketing and be more active in promoting its image abroad. It will organize road shows in China, Singapore, France, Germany, and Spain. From October 20th to December 20th, a 30-second ad showcasing Vietnam's rich culture and stunning landscapes will be shown on the UK's Travel Channel. Tuấn said he would welcome all foreign filmmakers to Vietnam to shoot scenes for their movies. Beautiful images of Vietnamese landscapes from Hạ Long Bay and Ninh Bình to Ant Cave appeared in one for Peter Pan. Sơn Đòn Cave in Quảng Bình province also appeared on the US show Good Morning America. To lure more tourists, the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism will organize National Tourism Year 2016 Phú Quốc, the Mekong Delta. It will begin in April.
The long-awaited Monsoon Music Festival is taking place at Thăng Long Royal Citadel in Hanoi, enticing thousands of youngsters to take part. Let's take a look.
The festival attracts the participation of about 100 local and foreign leading solo artists and bands, including the Queen of Soul R&B from the UK, Joss Stone, Bon, Matt Robertson, and Jara Mafalé. On the opening night, audiences enjoyed performances by young Vietnamese pop stars like Vietnam Idol 2010 winner and the Miles Philharmonic, as well as the Danish band Who Made Who. During the 4-day event, audiences have chances to enjoy mini-shows of each participating art and bands, as well as spectacular light performances.
This is the second time we've organized such an event. This year's festival is bigger in scale and higher in quality compared to the previous one to meet audience expectation.
We're going to be performing many songs from my second album, If You Knew Her, and the album explores ideas and celebrates women, really. So it's a celebration of women, all the different ups and downs that they may go through in their life.
First taking Vietnam by storm in 2014, the event received major public praise. It was considered an outstanding cultural festival for 2014 and won the Best Live Show of the Year title at the Devotion Music Awards organized by Thể thao and Văn hóa, Sports and Culture, a Vietnam news agency publication. The festival will run until October 11.
And that was the end of our news bulletin. Thank you for your attention. For more information, please log on to our website at www.vietnamplus.vn. We'll see you soon.